Hi guys, my name is Mary Oyenkere. This video is going to be talking about DoLS, why we need DoLS, what is DoLS used for, and how do we use DoLS. Let's continue watching and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's dive right into this video. Okay, so what is DoLS? DoLS simply stands for Deprivation of Liberty Safeguarding. Deprivation of Liberty Safeguarding. DoLS is just another form of safeguarding. However, this safeguarding is used to deprive people of their freedom and liberty. Let me say that again. DoLS is taken out to deprive people of their freedom and liberty. However, this is only done for their own safety. If they are going to be at risk, at harm to themselves or people around them. DoLS is only justified if it's being used to keep the service user or the individual safe from harm, as long as you are respecting the human right while doing so. As long as the DoLS that is taken out, it's proportionate to the risk that is involved in the safety of that service user. When we take out DoLS, we need to make sure it is safe. We need to make sure it is lawful. You are not breaking any law while doing it. We need to make sure it is proportionate. You don't want to deprive them of their freedom for a minimal risk. So DoLS is not something that you just take out lightly or take out just when you feel like, let me just take it out. You must ensure that when you take out DoLS, you have the service user's freedom in mind and the safety in mind. For example, let's give an example of a service user that has dementia and is prone to wandering. Okay, of course you don't want them to wander away, especially when they have dementia, which means they are forgetful. So they wander off, and by the time they come back to themselves, they are in an unknown place that could cause them risk. So what kind of DoLS would you put in place to deprive them of their freedom? Because deprivation of freedom or liberty, it's not a lightly thing. Okay, so let's go back to the example of the service user that wanders. When you want to take out DoLS to restrict the movement of that individual, the first thing you're going to do is risk assess. You need to do a risk assessment. You basically need to identify any risk that could be involved in the person wandering. What are the risks that they could encounter if they wander off? It could be for them to not remember where they're coming from. They could get injured. First of all, they could be kidnapped. There's so many more things that are involved. So you need to make sure that you identify every possible risk of wandering off for that service users. And you're going to develop a care plan. You're going to develop a person-centered care plan tailored to the need of that individual. When you're developing the care plan, you need to make sure you have the involvement of the service user and the family. If the service user does not have the mental capacity to make any particular decision, which in this case they might not, you need to involve the family member. The care plan will also be used to identify any alternative to restriction. Is there anything else that can be done before we have to then restrict them of their movement? This is what your care plan is going to talk about. Don't forget, involving their family in the decision making. Next thing is, how can you best adapt the environment? Because if there's a way for them to still have freedom by just making adaptation, why can't we do that first before we restrict? Adapting the environment. A secured entryway. If it's in a care home, whereby they just wander off, how about we have a very clear signage, arrows to say where to go? Because they could walk around. Let's not forget, they could walk around. This dementia might just kick in and they become forgetful and they just keep going. So when they get somewhere, they are back to themselves. They'll be thinking, where am I? So that's why the signage would help to direct them. But the signage will only work if it's in an environment that you can control. Because if they have wandered off outside the care home, there's no way of controlling that. Which then brings me to technology. How do you best use technology in your best interest? There's a lot of telecare, there's a lot of technology equipment out there that will help make care easier. In this situation, would be to get them a GPS tracking device. This way, you can monitor them. It looks like a watch. You can monitor them, know where they are at any point in time. So if they ever wander, you know where they are. Monitors, alarm, There's so many technological aids as an alternative before you restrict them. Restricting them of their liberty and freedom of movement should be the last thing you do, unless it's absolutely necessary after trying out all other alternatives. What you could also do, if people walk around and wonder or start doing things because they are bored, they do not have anything that they're doing. One thing you can do is to engage them, involve them, interact with them, do activities to keep them busy. That way, they will not have the urge to wonder because they're busy. You're busy doing other meaningful things. In all of this, don't forget to involve their families because the families knows the history. They might be able to let you know trigger point. They might be able to pinpoint things for you. So family involvement is a big thing, especially in any decision making for the service user. So definitely make sure you engage with the family. Deprivation of liberty safeguarding, it is regulated. So make sure anything that you are doing, you are within the law. Make sure that when you're depriving someone of the liberty, it is justifiable, it is lawful, and it is proportionate. You can't make someone bedbound because they wander off. So then you want to justify that as the reason why the person is prone to wandering around. I'm going to basically keep them in their own room, in their own bed, and they're not going to have any sort of freedom of movement. That is basically inhumane to their human rights. So whatever you're doing, you need to make sure that the human right is not deprived. That's why you need to find alternatives. For example, if you pickpocket, the judge would not send you to life imprisonment to say, let me keep you camped in the prison so that way you can't pickpocket anymore. Of course not. That's not the situation. So that's the same thing we're talking about here. Really hope this is explanatory and I hope you find this useful. If you have any more questions, if you have anything else you want me to clarify, please don't forget to get in contact with me. And don't forget, I do offer consultation services, myself and the director of Holistic Recruiters. You can definitely email us admin@holisticrecruiters.uk or go on our website or give us a call on 01206 616120, 01206 616120, and we'll be able to help you as much as we can. Please note that the consultation is a paid consultation. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe, as it's been really helpful and encouraging so far. So this way I can make more and more videos for you guys regarding CQC. Thank you.